Hello, traders. This is Ad Zeros, and good morning to everybody. And hope you had a wonderful weekend and relaxing and calm. Can you guys hear me? Let's do the sound check and the screen test. Can you guys hear me? Let's do a sound test and see. Can you guys hear me? Hello, everybody. Just do a sound test and screen test. Can you guys see the screen? Can you hear me? And if you guys can hear me, let's start with that. The SPY is slightly positive, is gapping uh, up and also breaking out of all the levels, whereas the Nasdaq is a bit weak, but is still pulling back up. Today, Nasdaq is red, with the resistance is having on 330, 33450. And what we need to see that overall all the indexes to move into one direction, or there is a weakness in the tech and overall broaden of the SPY is moving up. So that we need to see. But right now, definitely SPY is moving up. Nasdaq is weak. Dow is up. Gold is up. Crude oil is up, and some volatility in the Bitcoin stocks. So, hello, Louis. How was your weekend? Hello, guys. How was your weekend? Would appreciate if you give a thumbs up. How is up? Okie dokie. All right. Okay. So, all right, Louis. Let's look at the some gappers, and since the market is more or less flat, let's look at first the gapping up stocks. Gapping stock up stocks is the first one is the BNTX. Uh, uh, okay. All right. So BNTX is up 14%. Right now, it has lost a little bit of the gain what had in the pre-market. If you look at the pre-market on the 5-minute chart, uh, hi, 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 Brigade. How are you? Welcome to our channel. Feel free to ask the questions if you have any, uh, and then we can move on. So first off, we're looking at the BNTX, and if you look at the BNTX, it gapped up around the 199 level, and this is not the first time it reached to this level. If you look at the daily, you would able to see the other levels as well. So high of the all-time high is at 218, And last time 200 wasn't a critical level. And right now, if you look at it on the 5-minute charts, it gapped up, but lost suddenly, tried to close the gap, moved back up, touched the VWAP, moved back up. So there's a significant support at the VWAP because VWAP is also kind of a support at the opening range. So right now, if we see here, it is retesting the support around the 200 level, and the low of the pre-market is 194 and is 196. So right now, it's still uptrending, but not with the full momentum. Seems like exhaustion. People or the big investor, the institutional investor, do not see the stock moving up at this point over 200. So therefore, no enthusiasm. There is no volume at this point. We will keep an eye on this and see that how does it uh, go. Uh, the next stock I have on my listing is CCXI. So CCXI performance of the weekly and monthly is not good. I think it's a pulling back stock. If you look at it, all-time high, it was on the $70 and then is just coming down very badly, and now from $70 to $10. And though it is up by 7%, but I am not sure that you know. Let's see what is the squeeze on the what is the short float on this. Short float is also not that much. I think there's some fundamental news. It just suddenly dropped. Uh, so I'm not going to trade this. I don't trust this kind of a stock to go in direction. Maybe it lose. You will see that if it's come the momentum, maybe I'm just expecting maybe it is day like this. It's gonna be choppy, not gonna be good volume, and then we're gonna just waste our time. So we'll keep an eye, but at this point, I'm not willing to trade on this. Uh, CLF. So CLF is a 4% gapped up. That's nice. Looking at the momentum, moving up. 21 has a beautiful support which is breaking out with the bull flag right now. Let's mark this on the daily and now check it out on the 5-minute chart what it is doing. So on the 5-minute chart, we can see it gapped up, not a nice formations, no nice volume. 7 o'clock, there is some downward pressure, pull back up, came down, pull back up. So right now we see some volume, some nice candles, but there's not enough volume at this point. Um, and is all-time high. So let's mark what we can see here is all-time high is a 22 on the pre-market. Another support or the opening price of the pre-market was 22. This was the resistance, so we can safely say this become a support. Uh, it should hold it, and then the next final support is on this side and is on the opening ranges, and then this is the pre-market low. So these are the ranges what we have, and we will try to make a setup and do that. If you wanted to go long, most probably go should be over the VWAP with a nice formation, and expectations would be to touch to the high of the day of the pre-market. And once it touched that, then we can yes, yeah, that's better. The CCXI is not tradable anyway, right? So that's good. Uh, Next one is the whale. Okay, whale is also up 4%. And let's look at the daily first. And if you look at the daily, uh, it looked like a nice breaking out. Um, just platform just got hang. Just give me a second. Just bear with me. My platform got hang and waiting for it to see what it's going to do. All right, that's done. All right, so now it's clean. Daily, if you look at the daily looks nice, has a nice breaking out formation. Now let's look at the 15-minute chart just to see. So another, these last, later last month and this month, what we see is stocks gapping up, but then lose the momentum and then cover the whole gap. And I think it seems like the same thing that this was the open when it opened, the stock opened at 2250, made the bull flags, moved up, and now if you look at it, it's clearly coming down, right? And if we draw this V support, so it should hold this support a little longer to consolidate. And if it does that, then we can consider this support for our trading. But right now, look at it. I'm not very happy to see what this doing unless it hold this support. If not, then it's definitely not going to be a long side momentum stock. So this is what I have for the gapping up in the upside. Let's see some downside momentum. Let me just see one more if we can find uh, workhorse. Workhorse is also gapping up right now at 4%. So if you look at the daily, and the daily is really ugly inside day, breaking out at the 9 level. It used to be, we used to trade this at the 43 level. Now it's, look at this, it's a $10. uh, it's holding 10 level. Let's just see the 15 minutes charts or 5-minute chart to see whether it has a good volume or not. So right now, not really a nice price action. And when I say is not really a nice price action, it means that look at the volumes. It's just flat volumes. And if there is no volume and no body of the candles, does it mean that it was a very low volume gapped up? And if those kind of a stock, we might not see the momentum what we expect from the stock. For the gapping down stocks, let's see some gapping down stocks. All right, so I do not have even gapping down stocks any. So it seems like this is another typical Monday where we won't have that many stocks on the gapping list. But I have some shortlisted on my daily levels. So let's spend some more time, little bit more time on the daily. And if you have any questions, feel free to or if there any stock you want me to look at it, post on the chat, and then we can look at together. And so let's look at the first stock is PLBY. So PLBY is looks like a more gapping down stock. I wanted to play this as a short side with the momentum. What I'm counting here, let me just show you here. So what I'm counting here, there's two red candles. It's making a flag, and I want this today green candle turn into a red and go below. Just remove this. Just bear with me, my platform got hang. Uh, when I use the lines, it's just sometimes just get hang. Um, I don't know. Today it seems like a problem. Okay, so what I wanted to see here, this stock is to go short below 48.90. That is what I'm wanted to do that. Now let's see that when it's going to happen, and that is my plan to go. And if not today, maybe we can do it on tomorrow, or maybe within this week. Then I have another continuation stocks which has a downward momentum from last few days. Um, so it already has 3 and 6 days. Let's see what it does today. Does he consolidate today at the 150 level? Because 150 level seems like a kind of a support here in the last time as well, and it's this price is also the opening price of the IPO. So right now we might see a bounce back. We'll see. And if it break this level, then maybe we can go for a short because then it gives us a good momentum towards the down. I wanted to play the continuation, but if you see kind of a pullback of little bit, you can even go for a long as well on this stock. Because if you look at it, almost 7 consecutive days from 180 to 150, and 150 is an important level, one psychological level A, and also B is this is an opening range of the IPO. So you can keep into your shortlist and then see how does it go. Another one is the Beyond. So Beyond, yesterday on the Friday it gapped down and then but it's pulled back up. So look at this, it gapped down but it's pulled back up. Now if we look at the 15 minutes chart, you will see that after the market opens it was around 107, but it went up all the way to 116, but finally it lost the momentum and came back right now within the same range. What we need to see that whether it continues the downward momentum or it move back up. So this can be an open mind. Both side you need to watch out. You have the levels, and the levels are very clear that 110, 112. Do not touch this stock because this may be on the sideways. But if it breaks those levels and go into either direction, you can definitely go and play. The next one I have is the CVNA. CVNA is also gapping down, but it has a very nice support on the 240 level. If you look at it, this is very nice support. Now, whether we need what we need to see is that whether this stocks come to 240 and what it does, right? Right now, it's still have a $6 uh, away from the support. But if you look at it, we don't have any volume, so we can't say in the more whether it does like this in the first few minutes or it does like this consolidate. So that we can decide what we need to do with the stock. But clearly, we need to keep this into our watch list and see whether it breaks the support. If it breaks the support, then it can be a nice short momentum, just like the Airbnb. So just keep this in on your radar for this week. Let's look at the OCGN and the COTY. Let's look at the COTY. So COTY, it's gapped down 4%, uh, and but it's gapped down from the all-time high, and it's looked like a bearish candle making formation. Exactly the previous day, the green candle, so it's more engulfing candle. Uh, Really gapping down, but not the nice. See, there's no nice formations in coming down. It just came down with the big candles. So when the stock does this in the pre-market, usually these kind of things are not trustworthy because if because it just came so quickly. So it might be that there is no. It may be happen because of less liquidity, or not genuine interest of the buyers and sellers. Uh, so these kind of stock sometimes not give you momentum. We need to see formations for us to rely on that. So you can keep an eye and see once the market opens what it does. Does it give us some kind of a formation? Just like right now, if you ignore anything over before 7:45, and this is the first 15 minutes of candle, and now it's consolidating. So what we need to see now that whether it break this 980, or it was a false breakdown and it just covered back go back up to the 1040. So this is the levels you can consider between 980 to 10, and 10 is an important psychological level. So maybe many short sellers who have shorted the stock yesterday, might want it to cover uh, above 10. So just keep an eye on that from that perspective. OCGN, OCGN daily, OCGN also consolidating at this point. If you look at the OCGN, it went up to the 17, 16, now is under $10. Made the bottoming tail or kind of a dodgy candle here. Now we need to see that whether it comes with the downward momentum and continue to fade and go back to the $2 range, or is move back up. So you can keep an eye right now. If we look at the 5 minute candle, uh, definitely it's already had formed a pre-market support which is on 860 level. Guys, can you hear me? Are you all good? Luis, any other stock you want me to look at it? Any other stock you guys want me to look at it, or you're good today? And these are the stocks I'm going to look at it. Another two stock which are extended. Just keep in your watch list is the THC. If you look at the daily, it's really getting extended right now, and then the WW. Just keep these two for the in the extended stocks. Let me check the DKNG. What DKNG doing? DKNG is 1.18%. Uh, on a daily level, okay, it's continuation play. Yeah, so you can keep this for sure. And Python, retrieving the data. Yeah, Python is also a continuation play. Okay, yeah, you can keep that. All right, guys, thank you very much. And hope you've enjoyed it, you've learned it. Please give me a thumbs up and share our channel with your friends. And have a great green day and see you tomorrow.